Hey everyone, it's Mike from Destination to Travel coming to you live from Disney's Hollywood Studios. Hope everyone's having a nice day so far. It is a beautiful day here at Walt Disney World. There's a few new things for us to talk about here at Disney's Hollywood Studios today. Not a whole lot, but a couple little new additions. We might spot some things along the way. I did check wait times on my way in, and they're pretty low. We are at the tail end. I guess we're just outside of spring break now. So things will slow down a little bit before we get into the summer season and things start to pick right back up. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to see specifically today, feel free to drop a comment in there and let me know. Otherwise, like I said, we're just going to take a walk around Disney's Hollywood Studios today. So the big thing that we're going to talk about today, oddly enough, doesn't actually directly affect Disney's Hollywood Studios because it's a celebration going on in Disneyland right now in California, and that is the Season of the Force, a Star Wars celebration that has brought all kinds of new stuff, new character meet and greets, some really fun droids, not a new fireworks show, but sort of a twist on the existing fireworks show. Rob said, have a Ronto-less wrap for me. Is that a Disneyland thing, a Ronto-less wrap? I will say the Ronto wraps are delicious. But yeah, Disneyland has the Season of the Force going on that's brought all kinds of new fun things there. And while we don't have that here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, we do have some new additions to Star Tours. So we'll talk about that a little bit more as we get over there. So hopefully we have some Star Wars fans watching today. But like I said, we're going to check out some of these wait times because as I was coming in today, it was not quite as busy as it has been. And there was nothing like super low, but Rise of the Resistance was 65 minutes, and that was the longest in the park. So that puts things in perspective a little bit. Rise typically hovers closer to 2 hours. So just over an hour for Rise of the Resistance. It's pretty good. If you guys could do me a favor, oh, never mind. Rich is on there for me. It says, seems not bad. I was going to say, somebody could drop a comment from Facebook just so I can make sure it is working. But yeah, thank you, Rich. Yeah, it's really not. Actually, this is a good area to kind of take a look around. It is windy today, so I apologize for the audio. But yeah, not super crowded here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And we were out at Magic Kingdom on Sunday, and it wasn't super crowded there either. Some of the wait times were a little bit long, but nothing really out of the ordinary. If anything, it was less crowded than normal. You can see queue is outside here for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but I've seen it much longer than that, and I've waited in it much longer than that. So let's see what the posted wait time is. Oh, Rich says, I work at Epcot, so I know usually busy. 65-minute posted wait time for Runaway Railway, so that would be... I'm walking in the background of somebody's picture. So that would be right on par with what we saw as the longest wait time in the park as I check the wait times coming in. That actually even seems like, based on where that queue is right now, I'd say that's probably a little bit shorter than 65 minutes.
It's like a little kid.
Good point from Rob here. This is probably the week to visit Orlando theme parks, crowd-wise. And weather-wise, it's really, really nice out. We've been in the low 70s up to low 80s all week. I know it's Tuesday, but, you know, that's the best consistency you could hope for with Florida weather. We got some Runaway Railway merch I haven't seen before. Look at this bag. This is awesome. This t-shirt is new to me as well. Very cool. And then a fun mug. This is a very interesting shape for a mug. Some youth merch over here. Some ears. I really like this shirt. Oh, Rich says favorite restaurant here is the Italian restaurant. It's Mama Melrose. This is is the name you're looking for. I don't know, honestly, what my favorite table service restaurant in this park is. Oh, we're speaking of Season of the Force. We've got the Fab 50 statues here. R2-D2 and BB-8. Favorite table service restaurant in this park? You know what? Actually, I do know. It's the newest addition, and it's Rodeo Roundup Barbecue over in Toy Story Land. Unless you count Oga's Cantina as a table service restaurant, because then it's that. Hi, Helen. This park does have some really good quick service options, though. I am going to stop and enjoy the view of Echo Lake as soon as I get out of the splash zone of the fountain there. The wind is blowing just the right way. Oh, we've got some baby ducks out here, too. Got to stop and see the baby Disney ducks. It is baby duck season here, so I'm sure we'll be seeing more of them. Hi, Robert. Beautiful view of Echo Lake. Rich and I am not park hopping today. We'll just be at Disney's Hollywood Studios today. But we were speaking of table service restaurants here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and before Rodeo Roundup opened up, I would have said my favorite was right here, 50's Primetime. And I do still love 50's Primetime. Even if it was just for the peanut butter and jelly milkshake, that's absolutely worth it. But they have some really great food, some really fun service and atmosphere, so 50's Primetime would be another choice of mine. Steven asks, how big is Echo Lake? That's a good question. I am not good with those sorts of measurements. Oh, Dinosaur Gertie's Ice Cream is open today. You can just get your waffle cone or an ice cream cup, or of course the Mickey Premium Bar or Premium Ice Cream Sandwich. But this is Echo Lake right here. It doesn't like extend past anything you can see. Like I know a lot of the waterways here, in Florida in general, but also at Walt Disney World, you tend to have it like lead out to another body of water. But this is it. This is all of Echo Lake right here. We of course got going on the discussion of restaurants, and now I'm hungry. Might have to get some lunch here today. Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. Still here, still operating. Well, we found some crowds over here. I wonder if the theater might have just let out from Frozen here. Kyle says some epic sign refurb too. Sure, there's a sign. All right, so I mentioned at the top, there are some changes to Star Tours. We can't really, for several reasons, we can't really live stream Star Tours. One, it's a 3D simulator attraction. Two, it's indoor, and I'm almost certain service will not hold up. So you guys really wouldn't see anything. But there is some marketing out front that shows off some of the new changes to Star Tours. So if you are a Star Wars fan, you might recognize some of the artwork here. It is a 10-minute wait for Star Tours, so I might do it today. Because some of the changes include some newer characters. So if you're familiar with Star Tours, you'll go through a series of randomized events with different characters and different planets and locations and things like that. So the new additions include Ahsoka Tano, Cassian Andor, and The Mandalorian and Grogu. So if you're a Star Wars fan, you understand what I'm talking about, and if not, this is all gibberish, and that's fine. But you also go to a new planet that was featured in the Disney Plus Ahsoka series. That planet is called Cetos, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm not sure, but you do fly, as we saw in the artwork there, with the Purrgils, or space whales. So an exciting new experience. It is still randomized. You do still go to another planet, like, I don't know, maybe Hoth, or I always ended up going to Naboo. But that first planet is still going to be randomized. You're then going to get a random character of those three that I mentioned, and then you'll go to Cetos. So some exciting changes to Star Tours. And again, only a 10-minute wait right now. Star Tours does tend to have a lower wait. It is outside of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's not part of the whole Star Wars land here. So you won't see that have the same weight as like Star Wars Rise of the Resistance or even Smuggler's Run. Kyle commenting on the name Purrgils, and we can try and put that up. There we go. Yeah, we've called them space whales for a long time. Give them a real name. It's kind of hard to adjust from space whale. It's like a busy day at Baseline Tap House here. A lot of seats taken there. Baseline is a bar, and they have some small plates. Maybe a lunch option. But across the way here, so we've got the entrance to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. You've got Muppet Vision 3D. And right here, you've got ice cold hydraulics. So the last time we were here, this was behind construction walls. It's been quite a while since we've been here, because this opened in February, I think. Yeah, it's been a little bit. So new snack stand here. Sponsored by Coca-Cola. You can see the Coca-Cola umbrellas. Let me come across and get you a better look. Also, a pretty interesting menu that I don't see any pictures or anything for, unfortunately, but I will let you know. So here's these Coca-Cola umbrellas, a little seating area here. So you got your typical drinks, your fountain sodas and things like that. But for snacks, you've got candy painted cinnamon rolls, bouncing mini churros, normal mini churros. What makes them bouncing? Oh, they're spicy. They're bourbon candy, bacon, sriracha aioli, and scallions. Mickey pretzel, popcorn, cotton candy, so your normal snacks, but then also those cinnamon rolls and mini churros. And then you can get a Jack Daniels, Jack and Coke, or Bacardi rum and Coke, or a Stoli vanilla and Coke. A couple of draft beers as well. So fun little new snack stand, and I might have to try some of those new options. I don't know how I feel about the spicy churros, but the cinnamon rolls sound fantastic. Steven says that looks good. It smells really good too. Alright, I just wanted to peek back here, say hi to the Muppets before we head over to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Not all that crowded over here, but that's also not out of the ordinary. Muppet Vision 3D doesn't draw much of a crowd anymore. Your wait time for that is pretty much just going to be the length of the show. So you just have to wait for the next show to start. Unless you time it up right and just walk right in, but otherwise, you'll probably wait about 10 minutes.
Hello.
Quick peek. I don't see Powerline Max or Vacation Goofy over here today. Actually, don't even know if they're still meeting there. They were for a while, but like I said, I haven't been in this park in a little bit, so we're going to head into Galaxy's Edge. Now, I mentioned Season of the Force brought some exciting changes to Disneyland. We don't have any other changes here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Out there, you can meet, again, you got to be a Star Wars fan to know what I'm talking about here, but Sabine Wren, new character meet and greet out there. You can also meet the BDX droids, which if not, you don't have to be a Star Wars fan for that one because they haven't really appeared anywhere, but if you're a big Disney fan, you might have seen Imagineers testing those new droids. Looks like a really cool experience meeting them. They also, I kind of touched on it a little bit before, but to go into more detail, they basically added music and some in-world theming to the typical fireworks at Disneyland. So you can watch them from Galaxy's Edge with some special scoring going on here that works in Galaxy's Edge that immerses you further. Now, we don't have a fireworks show here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, so that wasn't an option. I mean, we do have Fantasmic, but that's not really fireworks. You got a 70-minute wait for Rise of the Resistance, so it has gone up 5 minutes since I was walking in. But again, 70 minutes for Rise of the Resistance is shorter than average. So if you see that when you're coming in, definitely take advantage. I see some guests queued up over here for a photo. Is it? Yeah, they're just queued up for a photo in front of the X-Wing. Thought maybe we'd have a character out here, Chewbacca or something, but nope, just an X-Wing photo. Now, I mentioned you have to be a Star Wars fan to understand what I'm talking about to those changes for Star Tours. I would argue you don't really have to be a Star Wars fan to enjoy Galaxy's Edge here. It's not based on any specific location from Star Wars movies or TV. It is a completely original concept. I mean, with some Star Wars touches throughout, of course, but the location is new, and it's just incredible. I mean, look at this. Heading through the marketplace here, where you'll find a few different shops. We got photo pass. Fun Jedi photo. We got the creature stall here. Let's see if there's anything new here. From Dianoga shirt. Oh, I haven't seen these. Look at these little wallets. With Bantha, Lothcat. Oh, it's not a Bantha. That's a berry. Thought it looked like a Bantha. Porg. Ironically, the Porg is the biggest wallet. Porg plush here. That shop is the creature stall. Oh, these are new to me. Black Spire Outpost kids t-shirts with some Black Spire Outpost lingo on there. Rising moons. Weirdly, oh, there you go. Bright suns. It's like good morning and, oh, here you go, actually. Perfect comment. Good timing, Adam. Here's the translation. Good morning and, like a good evening type of greeting. Let's see over here. We got no line for Katsaka's kettle here. This is where you can get the cold brew or a spiked cold brew as well. Which I have tried the normal one and it is very good. If you're a coffee drinker, recommend it. It's also my kind of coffee though, so it's sweet. It's not gonna be. I guess if you're a big avid, if you drink your black coffee, you might not love that one as much. Oh, I haven't really gotten a peek in here in a long time. Some of the cool details here outside Ronto Roasters. Hi, Ginny. So much detail that so often just has a line of guests in front of it that you just barely ever get a chance to see. But right now, Ronto Roasters does not have much of a wait at all, so you can take advantage of this detail a little bit more. Menu for Ronto Roasters. You can see breakfast is available until 11 a.m. So we missed the breakfast Ronto wrap, which is delicious. Highly recommend. You do have a vegan option. You can see made without animal meat, dairy, eggs, and honey. So the Zucchi wrap. You got the normal Ronto wrap, which is fantastic. I haven't tried the Zucchi wrap. I should try that one day. And then you got the Kirill pork rinds. And then you've got the specialty drinks as well. Tatooine Sunset, Surly Sarlacc, Coruscant Cooler. So the Tatooine Sunset is the only one without alcohol. And I actually haven't had this. This is Surabat Valley Harvest Brew. Star Wars specific beer. There are some other ones that I've had. I learned recently that the White Wampa Ale, a banana flavored, I believe it was a Hefeweizen, is no longer available here, but you can still get the Gold Squadron Lager, which has a plum flavor to it, which is really, really good. Highly recommend that one. So now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I have tried the Harvest Brew. I think it was like a red ale. That's it. Of course, we've got the Millennium Falcon. Oh, and I do see a couple characters out here. We've got Vi. Vi Marathi, the the Resistance spy. And we got Rey. They are walking away right now, though. I might have just missed them. Oh, there's Chewie. There goes Ray. Chewbacca out here with the... Oh, they actually have a little queue for Chewbacca here. I haven't seen this before. It's interesting. You rarely see guests with like an actual queue for a character here in Galaxy's Edge. They're typically just walking around or in areas like this. But they have a queue for Chewbacca right now. Let's see. It is a 55-minute wait for Smuggler's Run. I can see guests queued up there, but typically you would see guests queued down here too. So it does seem like it's a shorter wait for that attraction. Smuggler's Run, I think, gets a bit of a bad rap because it is right next to, well, not right next to, but you saw where Rise of the Resistance is. And that attraction is unbelievable. Like next level, you know, the peak of theme park attractions right now. And Smuggler's Run is fun. It's a very fun, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, getting to go through the Millennium Falcon. Really, really cool. It just doesn't compare to Rise of the Resistance. So I think it kind of gets a bad rap for that. But I would say if you're a Star Wars fan especially, don't skip it. You know, maybe if the wait time is crazy and it's going to eat up most of your day. But if you see 55 minutes, absolutely get in that queue. Check out that attraction. It's a lot of fun, especially if you have a group of 6. That is how many can ride the attraction at once. You'll take up the entire cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, and you'll just have a really, really good time. Speaking of my favorite attractions, this is Oga's Cantina. And to put it simply, it is a very well-themed bar. Really, really good drinks. Really fun atmosphere. If you're looking for a drink at Disney's Hollywood Studios, that is my recommendation. And speaking of recommendations, come back here at night in Galaxy's Edge. This same area, get your PhotoPass photo taken here with a lightsaber of your choice. When it is lit up at night, it is an awesome, awesome photo op there. I do see some stormtroopers out here. Is it just the stormtroopers though? Oh yeah, they have a lineup going. They've rounded up some young guests.
On my count, you will strike battle stance and say, ready? 1, 2, go!
Yeah, Luke. No smiling. No smiling. Serious face. Serious face, yeah. Got it. Fine, that's your lightsaber and everything.
Alright. Good enough. I will be proud to recommend each generation for the training of this. Clear upon the pretty
Really cool. I've never actually seen that before. It's kind of funny having the stormtroopers be sort of the good guys in that situation. Now they're making their way over. Ooh, hang on. There's a sign over there that I want to go check out. So this entrance over here, this big gate here, was the entrance from the Galactic Star Cruiser, which is the now closed Disney or Star Wars hotel experience. Not really fair to call it a hotel, but oh yeah, it's just a photo pass sign over here.
Good field work. The First Order thanks you. Wait. How about you do a little recon? We've had reports of a resistance spy in the outpost. If you see her, let us know. And don't tell her we're close. For the Order. There's resistance activity here. Have you seen anything suspicious? Have you seen resistance activity here? We'll check it out. I'm keeping my eye on you.
So, as I was saying, as I got distracted by stormtroopers, which is such a common problem in my life, it's so weird. That was the entrance from the Galactic Star Cruiser over there. Again, unfair to call it a Star Wars hotel, but it was a hotel experience type of thing. And that has since closed. That closed, I don't remember at this point. It feels like a while ago. Last year at some point. But it was a really cool experience. I never got to see it in person, but I did see videos from every possible angle. Really cool experience. I would keep an eye on it. I don't know. We might see something out of that in the future. Definitely seemed like, oh. There's Vi hiding. We have no video evidence. That's the kind of character experience you typically get here in Galaxy's Edge. Anyway, yeah, if you're someone who's interested in checking out the Galactic Star Cruiser, I don't know. My feeling, there's nothing official out there right now, but my feeling is it'll be coming back in some capacity in the future. If not that, then something similar. We'll see. That's just my guess. Let's see. Kyle says, if you're prone to motion sickness, make sure you have a good pilot. Talking about Smuggler's Run. I will say pilot is the most fun job you can have on that attraction. It's the most interactive. You're in the most control. Otherwise, you are a gunner charged with shooting down TIE fighters, or you are a engineer charged with repairing the ship if your pilot is maybe not so good. And Steven says, this looks like fun. I assume we were talking about the stormtroopers at that point. Sorry. So brings up the comment, too bad it was a failure. Talking about, I assume, talking about the Galactic Star Cruiser, maybe talking about the stormtroopers. I don't know. They tend to fail quite often. I don't necessarily look at it that way. I think it was more of an experiment because it was a very different type of experience. And like I said, I think we might see something like that in the future again. I know it's something I wanted to experience. I just never got a chance to. So if we get some sort of experience like that in the future, we might have to check it out. Wanted to come over here to the little droid depot area here. See if there were any characters out here. I don't see anybody out here right now. Which makes sense because we saw Vi, we saw Rey over there, and we saw Chewbacca. I don't know who else would be left to see. Aside from Mando and Grogu, who I don't even know if they're actually still making their way around here anymore. Again, for Season of the Force, out in Disneyland, you can now meet Sabine Wren. And I believe I saw Ahsoka is still out there as well. So you can meet both of those characters out in Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. Not so much here, though. Here they've been more strict about sticking to the continuity of the sequel series. And we haven't really gotten new characters, aside from Mando and Grogu. Those are the only ones that we've seen. But we are exiting Galaxy's Edge now and heading to Toy Story Land. We'll have to go see what the wait time looks like for Slinky Dog Dash because, like I said, there's been some shorter wait times as I was checking on my way in. In fact, the best indicator of that was Toy Story Mania, which I would say typically has a wait time around an hour on your normal day here. It was 20 minutes. So that's a short wait time for a really fun attraction. Let's see, Alien Swirling Saucer is currently listed at 25 minutes. Who wants to take bets on Slinky Dog Dash? And no cheating, because I know you can all just look up the wait time right now. I'm going to say it's at 65 minutes. That's my guess. I know it might be lower than that today, but I think they might have it posted at 65 still. Oh, we got Kathy says this is my favorite park, and Steven says Toy Story Land is very fun. I agree. That Toy Story Land is very fun. I don't know if this is my favorite park. I agree that it's your favorite park. How about that? It's hard for me to pick a favorite park. I always actually just say that my favorite park is the one that I'm in right now. So technically, yes, then I guess it would be my favorite park right now. This park, I will say, does have some of my favorite attractions with Toy Story Mania, Rise of Resistance, of course, and Tower of Terror. 3 of my favorites. Looks like we have a 70-minute wait for Slinky Dog Dash right now, so I was very close.
Here we go.
Slinky Dog Dash, if you have not gotten a chance to experience it, is a family coaster, but it's bigger than your typical family coaster, and it is a lot of fun. It does typically have one of the longest waits in the park, so it is something you're going to have to wait for. Like I said, 70-minute wait right now. That's pretty on par with what it's normally at. So you are going to have to wait a little bit for it, but it's a very fun attraction and one for the whole family.
Here we go.
Just to circle back to our food discussion, because that's what I do most of the time. Some really good food here in Toy Story Land. You got Woody's Lunchbox to my right, really good quick service. The tachos, I mean, it's like nachos, but with tater tots, can't go wrong. The smoked brisket sandwich, very good as well. And then on the other end over there is Roundup Rodeo. I think I might have said Rodeo Roundup earlier. I can never keep that straight, what the order is. But Roundup Rodeo barbecue is delicious. And a fun experience too. Just a really well-themed restaurant. Like I said, my favorite table service restaurant in this park here, probably. One more look at Slinky Dog Dash before we move on here. Let's see, what is Toy Story Mania listed at right now? Oh wow, that went up a lot. It's 60 minutes now, so maybe wait times have gone up quite a bit since I was walking in here. It's funny because there wasn't really much of a crowd to speak of coming in or going out, so I guess we're just seeing more guests disperse into some of the other attractions. Ooh, Helen says great gluten-free grilled cheese sandwich at Woody's. Very cool, good to know. Hey, speaking of Woody. I will say, oh, we got Buzz here too. I will say to Helen's comment, I am lucky in that I don't have any dietary restrictions, no gluten allergy or any other sort of restriction like that. I do have friends and family who do have dietary restrictions like that. And Disney has been doing a really great job in recent years of providing more and more options. So like a gluten-free grilled cheese over at Woody's Lunchbox. So something to keep an eye out for. We saw on the, which menu are we looking at? Or we saw, Ronto Roasters, the vegan option over at Ronto Roasters. So you'll see that little leaf icon that lets you know that it is vegan. And you can always ask for gluten-free options as well. Like I said, Disney's been doing a really good job of that recently. I know specifically over at Epcot for Flower and Garden Festival this year, I have tried quite a few of the plant-based options, and they have been all really good. So you don't have to be as limited as you once did. All right, coming over to Pixar Plaza here, and you got Frozone. I don't remember that wall being painted like that. That's really cool. Maybe I just haven't seen the this area open. See some more PhotoPass photographers over here, but oh yeah, no, Mr. and Mrs. Incredible are out here. Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl. You guys have the Edna Mode experience here, where you can go in and meet Edna. Only a 5-minute wait for that. And here are the Incredibles. Yeah, Kathy says this whole section was empty last time I was there. Yeah, this area only recently reopened with a sort of a focus on Pixar character meet and greets and photo ops. You can see this big Pixar wall over here. Again, everything just kind of blurs together, so I don't remember exactly when, but it was last year this area opened with what we've got right now. Jack. I feel like they have to update these billboards pretty soon. You got Percy Jackson and the Olympians and Iwaju. Streamed starting February 28th. Percy Jackson began late last year and ran into this year and finished up its first season in January. Maybe it got into February, but it's been quite a while. But there's a second season of that show coming to Disney Plus. Here on Walt Disney Presents, you can meet Ariel from the live-action Little Mermaid. We're going to take our usual path here. We're going to head back up and head down Sunset Boulevard to get to that creepy building. Just to give you an idea of where we're at. There's the Chinese Theater here on my right, home of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's windier up here now than it was before. Kathy is a fan of Tower of Terror. I am as well. It is one of my favorite attractions, not just in this park, but anywhere. And in fact, despite how amazing Rise of the Resistance is, I think Tower of Terror is still my favorite attraction in this park. By the way, I should mention here too, I'll give you guys a look at the Chinese Theater as we do this, but if you would like to get out here to visit Walt Disney World, specifically Disney's Hollywood Studios for yourself, and you don't have a trip planned just yet, head to d2travel.com. Send us an email at info@d2travel.com. We can get you set up with a Destinations to Travel agent and start planning that for you today. All sorts of special deals available. I know there's some stuff going on with the Disney dining plan you can take advantage of. So, to get the best deal on your Walt Disney World Resort vacation, just make it easy on yourself. Work with a Destination to Travel agent. They're going to take all of the stress out of planning for you. And believe me, planning a Walt Disney World vacation these days is not easy. You need to know a lot. There's a lot to take care of, and your agents can do that for you. So at no additional cost. So why do the work yourself? So again, d2travel.com, or send us an email at info@d2travel.com. We can start planning your vacation for you today. Ginny says, remember when the American Idol experience used to be there? I do remember it. I never got to see it. I don't know. I was when I visited during that time, I was at an age where there was not something that interested me. But I do wish I had gotten to see it now. Lou, is there any additional, or is there an extra cost to do a walkabout with you? No, not to watch the live stream anyway. No, I don't do like in-person tours or anything like that. That is something you would have to go through Disney for. Yeah, Disney has rules about doing tours in the parks and things like that. So, but if you are ever interested in a VIP tour here at Disney, your Destination Travel agent can help you out with that, and they are a lot of fun. They are, especially if you're coming out here, maybe it's part of a longer trip that takes you to other places, and maybe you have one day here at Walt Disney World. VIP tour is the way to go. That is the only way you will assure yourself that you'll get to see the things you want to see. So again, your Destination Travel agent can help you out with that. I will say this though. How about this? As far as the costs of joining me for these live walks around the parks, all I ask is that you like, follow, subscribe. See our socials scrolling across the screen at the bottom there. We do these live streams once a week. We are streaming on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You can also follow us on Instagram. So, give us a like, follow, subscribe, ring the bell on YouTube so you get notifications when we are going live. And that's it. That's the cost. Hi, Wendy. Sorry, if you're just joining now, you are joining right near the end of the stream today. as we approach the Hollywood Tower Hotel. Sunset Boulevard is one of my favorite areas of this park. It's the background music and the sight of Tower of Terror. And the screams of Tower of Terror. By the way, posted a 30-minute wait right now. And before we wrap things up, I'll take a turn over here towards Rock and Roller Coaster. Let's just see what's going on back here. Rock and Roller Coaster and Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, right? I think. I've never done it. Rock and Roller Coaster is still not operational at this time. Down for a refurbishment. There have been rumors about this attraction for as long as I can remember. Well, what might be coming next to Rock and Roller Coaster? As far as we know, nothing's changing just yet. What do you guys think? What would you like to see take over Rock and Roller Coaster? Personally, I think Muppets Mayhem overlay would be a lot of fun. Some games set up out in front of the entrance to Rock and Roller Coaster. And then all the way back here, tucked away in a corner here, is where you'll find Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. As well as photo ops with Cruz Ramirez and DJ, who is a DJ. Fitting name for your profession. But this is an attraction that can kind of easily get lost here. It's just tucked away, like I said, back in the corner. We are almost behind the Tower of Terror. Some great photo spot, by the way. If you're a big Tower of Terror fan, it's a good spot to get a good photo of it. Or with it. But Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy is an attraction geared towards younger guests. It teaches you how to race, as you might infer from the name. Like I said, have not done the attraction myself. But it is a sort of an interactive show type of thing. There you go. One says it's super cute. Great place to get some air conditioning and sit for a bit. That's always a plus. I would probably go watch Frozen at the Hyperion Theater instead, the Frozen sing-along. But, you know, it can't hurt to have more than one option. Steven says, looks like fun. All right, we're going to head back out to the Tower of Terror, wrap things up out there at Sunset Boulevard. So if you guys have any last second questions, let me know. Drop a comment in there. And again, if you have any questions after the stream, you can always head to d2travel.com or send us an email at info@d2travel.com. You can answer any questions and start planning your next Walt Disney World Resort vacation. I also talked a lot about Disneyland and the Season of the Force going on over there at Disneyland Park right now. You got Pixar Fest coming up as well over there. And we could book that for you too. If you want to head out to the Disneyland Resort, let your Destination to Travel agent know, and they can do all of the same things for you out there that they can do for you here. I should know. I used the Destination to Travel agent to book my own Disneyland trip a few years ago. So thank you again, everybody. We're going to wrap up our stream here today. Again, we do these live streams once a week from the parks or hotels or other fun things. You see our socials scrolling across the bottom of your screen there. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe so you don't miss a live stream. You can join us again next week. Alan says, great view. Yeah, one of my favorite places. Right here. Well, thank you again, everyone, and I will see you all real soon. Bye.